I guess the way it looks, to me, I thought we were coming to discuss or have an action on either a letter of support or not. But I don't know, Dave. You have any difference on that?
Like he said, I think delaying an action today wouldn't be irresponsible for anyone here. Since that's not worded like that, we can put it on an agenda for the next county commission meeting and have it written support or not support. Is that
or opposition?
Or opposition. Letters of support or opposition to the pipeline project.
I have a little bit of difficulty today making any decisions since it's just the two of us.
That's true too. The decision of the scope should be involving all three commissions.
And I can see that the people are for it. I can see the people are against it, their opinions. But we as represent the county, we have to look at the county right now that is number one as far the highest unemployment rate is in the county or in the state of West Virginia, and the economy is so slow in this county. We have to look for jobs. We have to look, but we do have to take a look at whether those jobs are going to be jobs that are going to really support this county or going to hurt this county. So as a commissioner here, we really seriously have to look at it in both ways. And I feel today, since we're lacking one commissioner, that it's going to be irresponsible for the two of us to make that decision. Now, David? Yes, sir.
Two of you constitute a majority on the commission if you are in agreement.
Yeah, right.
You're talking about jobs. Many people here have expressed their opinion that there are not likely to be a significant number of beneficial jobs for a significant amount of time. One person who happens to be employed by Dominion has asserted that there will be. Perhaps he will tell us what kinds of jobs these are that he has guaranteed us will be hired from Pocahontas County.
Is that the desire of the commission?
If the rest of the people here are interested, we have the time. Sure.
Okay. Typically, when you operate a pipeline, there are a number of different specific jobs that we employ individuals to operate the pipeline. We have IT jobs, computer tech people that operate that pipeline.
Will they be cited in Pocahontas County?
I'd like to finish, please.
Hey, John,
Well,
if you ask the man to answer the question, give him the chance.
I will save my questions. Thank you.
Chance and courtesy.
The employment, the operation of this pipeline will be under the Atlantic Coast Pipeline. They will have an employment base that will start at the very beginning of the pipeline, will go to the very end of the pipeline. We are right now in the process of working with this new company to determine where those jobs will be, what types of jobs there will be, and the types of jobs, specifically roustabout jobs, where you go out, right-of-way jobs, individuals that operate the pipeline. In Lewis County, there'll be compressor station operators. So typically, you base your employment in or around areas of focus on the pipeline. So in this area, for example, specifically, we will have an employment base because of the remote regions associated with that. And we like our employees to live closer to the pipeline. So in Pocahontas County, those employers, we would hope, would live near the pipeline operations. Same way in Randolph County. So we'll strategically set those operation areas along the pipeline corridor. I cannot give you the exact amount because we don't know that yet. We are right now in the process of building this company and making that determination. There have been some numbers quoted for West Virginia. I'm not at liberty of quoting those numbers, and they're not significant. They're not in the thousands. They're not, but there are, and they're well-paying. They're well-paid jobs. People that work for our company, first of all, are dedicated and are very qualified to do their jobs. What are those individuals currently living here in Pocahontas County? I don't know that. I mean, but we'll give them as much access to be able to apply for those jobs. as we would anyone else that may not live here. So we want to operate this pipeline with the most qualified individuals. We have it, right now we have about 1,200 employees that live and work in West Virginia. So we have a track record of hiring people that live and work in West Virginia. The majority of the folks that worked our Bath County pipeline, Bath County power plant, live in West Virginia. Some live in Virginia, but that asset is in Virginia. We may have people that work on this pipeline in other adjacent counties in Virginia that they can live in West Virginia. So there will be jobs. I can't go into very specifics, and I will provide that to the commission at some point in time if that's their desire.
Mr. Beard, may I follow up?
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Okay, I asked you, you said IT jobs. That would be likely to be that says information technology, that's computer stuff, right?
Yes.
That would probably be located for Dominion's own economic reasons in a place with high-speed internet service?
Now, we have our own microwave system, so we operate our own system.
You have a microwave, you're planning to build a microwave system that will connect people to your IT base. You're planning to build such a microwave system here?
Yes. We are right now designing locations. We will put our towers,
Okay.
and that will be along the whole entire pipeline corridor.
So you're right now designing it,
The
so
pipeline
you're not sure it's going to be
just
here.
so you understand, the pipeline industry is very sophisticated, very technological, and we use the most advanced communication. We have our own telephone system that we operate ourselves with our own operators, not operators, but technicians. We have our own microwave satellite communication system. So the need for high-speed internet, for us to be able to hook up with somebody else's high-speed internet, we don't need that. We have our own. We create our own.
Thank you. You mentioned roustabouts. My understanding that's a construction job.
No, on a daily basis, we have individuals that operate and maintain the pipeline. That is a term that we use as an entry-level position. That person will go out and do their daily functions, whatever they are, check pressures, check the pipelines on a daily basis.
I think you said the compressor station's planned to be in Lewis County.
This is on the pipeline. Compressor station operators will work in Lewis County. And chances are that the distance to drive from here to Lewis County is too great for them to live in Pocahontas County. But that doesn't. We have compressor station operators that work in Lewis County that live in Elkins. So.
Well, thank you very much.
I'd like to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
I can't find this map that the Pocahontas Times alludes to about the possibility of an alternative route running right through Marlton and Edry. Can you tell me anything about that?
Yeah, we submitted resource reports to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. Those maps are in one of those resource reports, and I'm not sure, Jeff, which.
Where did you get it, Jeff?
Resource report on the internet, and you go to the FERC website.
Okay.
Type in and I'll provide you the information that you gain access to our file.
No, I've already got access. I can't find it.
Have you searched the resource?
Yes, I've searched the maps.
I can send you a link.
I can't find the one going down 219.
Pardon me?
The one that's going straight down 219 that would take in Edry and Marlton and so forth. The reason I want to know about it is, if that's coming down 219, where's that going to cross over through the Buckley? Because I'm on the other side of the Buckley. I want to know if that pipeline's coming right through my house.
Well, we can talk. I can talk to you about that afterwards. Chances are we won't go through your house.
But at least
Chances.
if you're going to consider it, shouldn't it be on the deck right now? Shouldn't I be able to see where that might happen? This could take Marlton completely out of the picture.
You can do that. It's on the internet, and we will give you access. We'll give you the ability to check that out.
All right.
And again, that is an alternate route that we have not studied. If we would consider that alternate route in a serious fashion, we will have an open house for the individuals in Pocahontas County to consider that. So any major reroutes like that, we will do a series of open houses regarding that reroute.
Beth, you've been having your hand
I
up.
just want to make a comment, and that is that I don't think you're going to get any really good, well-paying jobs, permanent jobs in this county until you get some decent broadband. And, you know, example, that's why
Yeah, if
everybody
they're gonna
laughed when he.
build. And they're gonna build
But it's
towers
for them, it's not for us.
We already have.
Especially we're way down in the south end of the county. Example, I was given a gift of some really high resolution video, a moment a day of wildlife, and it takes 3 or 4 minutes to load it at home. I visited a friend in Charleston. I didn't have to wait. It was right there. Boom, I watched it.
Yes, sir.
What's your name again?
Bob.
Bob. Bob himself kind of said that there's not really a lot of significant jobs come out of this. It's not even in the thousands. To me, that if your main concern is jobs, I think he's kind of already saying that, you know, jobs really isn't the primary thing about this pipeline. The county should be concerned about.
I have just a question for you, sir. Does Dominion have at this point in time permits that they need to do the construction? In other words, before we drive an automobile, we have to have a license. We have to go through certain things. My understanding is that you have no permits yet, and yet you are constructing. How can this happen? How can you put all this money into construction without said permits to build the pipeline?
No, first of all, we have not started constructing anything.
But you're planning big time. You're
Well,
saying
in order to be able to meet the aggressive the nature of our schedule, we have to plan, but we are not allowed to construct. Part of that process is to gain access and get a permit to go in and survey the Mon National Forest. So we will be starting the process of obtaining the permits that take months and months and months to do so.
Right.
It's a starting point. We don't have permits yet. We are starting the process of working towards getting those permits. And we are not allowed to construct this project until we get a FERC certificate. And we have not even, we made a pre-filing application before FERC, which we did this past year. In October timeframe, we will make our application to FERC. They will take that time period of approximately 12 months to 18 months to consider the issues associated with the project. So we are not allowed to put a spade in the ground except for doing our archaeological studies along our survey corridor before we get that first certificate.
Thank you.
You have your hand.
Yeah. I just wanted to say for talking about jobs, there's two things that I think are kind of important to consider. And one is that when you are talking about like who is getting hired, in my experience with the natural gas industry in Ohio, the kind of unskilled labor that people don't have to go to college to get these jobs for tend to be jobs where people are interacting more directly with a lot of the chemicals in the process of fracking, especially for truck drivers. And I've seen the way that there are also health and safety risks for workers, so I would hope if this pipeline is going to come into place, there is like fair systems for worker compensation for health and safety risks, because these workers are really like the most directly in contact with a lot of the chemical processes used in fracking. And I've seen the way that for a lot of these workers, they don't receive compensation if they get any health issues, and so I think that's really important. And another risk, because I work with young women in the county, is I think a lot of times historically when you see these large groups of men usually coming into the county and setting up man camps, is that there is like a risk to young women in the county and to other community members when there are these man camps set up. Because like if there's actually like it was a case in North Dakota that's really scary that you can research where there's was like way higher incidents of sexual assault that started happening. And so we need to think about those risks too if there are going to be man camps coming in, about how we're going to make sure that those people are interacting with the community in a respectful way.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes, two things. One is the idea